Hello, guys. My name is Ronak. Let's talk about today's topic: KD versus Giannis. See, I understand and I do believe and agree with the fact that KD is one of the best players in NBA history, but I always feel like he's not like there needs to be some kind of tire. He's not a top 10, that's for sure. He's maybe a top 15, at least not in my top 15. He's a top 20 player in my books, but that's also barely. And the reason for that is the fact that he's never won anything on his own. I don't I don't discredit his championship with Golden State because like if I were to discredit them, he wouldn't even be in the top 40 or 50. But the problem with KD is that in his whole career, he has played with like two Hall of Fame at minimum, with two Hall of Fame players at minimum, and he still has only won like two championships. Even that, the only time he has won championship, he was playing with three Hall of Famers, which is in my opinion, which are uh, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. And even then, that's what it took to win him two championships. When he was playing with Russell Westbrook, James Harden, who are also two Hall of Fame, I do agree that they were not as good as Stephen Curry and Klay. At least the fact that they hadn't grown that much, but still, he had two Hall of Fame players who were pretty damn good. I mean, think about the fact that they went 3-1. They went up 3-1 against Golden State, but he still can't do it. I mean, and the whole thing with the Nets just proves my point. Everyone keeps telling me, "Oh, Kevin Durant was better than Stephen Curry in those finals." I do agree with you that. I do agree. But it's also the fact that the coach focused on defending Stephen Curry as a priority instead of Kevin Durant. That is a fact. I watched all the plays. Go watch it. That's a fact. But to say that he's a better player than Stephen Curry, I don't know about that. Because let's look at it this way. He has never faced a rough and tough double team like Stephen Curry faced when playing against Cavaliers in those years. They were blasting him left and right, left and right. The guy was getting double team on every single possession. But Kevin Durant, and he struggled, but he still averaged like 27, while Kevin Durant averaged like 33. But now that Kevin Durant is getting doubled, the brother got swept. He got his ass handed to them, handed to him. And think of the fact, like, he got his ass handed to him just because they were double teaming him. Can you imagine that? Like, I can see people next year just double teaming the shit out of him because he got fucked. And bro, not a single good game. You can't argue that. That was the worst series of his life. The first time in his life he gets double teamed like Stephen Curry used to get during those finals, he got his ass handed to him. And now, so that's why I don't see him in. He's barely in my top 20 if I'm counting those rings, but he's nowhere close to my top 10 list. Whereas Giannis, sure, Giannis cannot dribble like him. Giannis cannot shoot like him. But guess what? Giannis can take Boston Celtics to Game 7 without his number 2. Whereas with his so-called Hall of Fame player partner, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant got his ass handed to him. And please, please, to all those people that do not tell me that they were more physical with Kevin Durant than with Giannis Antetokounmpo. The motherfucker got triple teamed. They punched him, pushed him. They did everything they can. They flopped left and right, left and right. They didn't need to flop with Kevin Durant because he's like a twig. What the fuck? But with Giannis, if you take out the shooting and the dribbling aspect, there's no, and mark my words, there's no other aspect that Kevin Durant can beat him in. Whether it's finishing, Giannis will smoke Kevin Durant's ass. Whether it's I don't know. How about, let's just say, defense? Kevin Durant is a okay defender. He's not that good. He's fine. He's never been into an all defensive first team, second team, or third team. Guess what? Giannis has been the defensive player of the year. And in my opinion, he should have won the defensive player of the year this year. But that's fine. He's a all defensive player. And he's probably gonna be his whole career. So let's just, now that we are talking about capabilities, and people keep telling me, oh, he cannot score in the clutch, he cannot score in the clutch. Have you seen the new Giannis? Have you been watching the game? Brother, he has more clutch buckets. He has more buckets in clutch time than Kevin Durant if you go to the fucking data. Watch, read. There's no reason Giannis should be worse than Kevin Durant. Other than the fact that Kevin Durant has won 2 championships, I can tell you, I can bet my life on this. Giannis Antetokounmpo will surpass Kevin Durant. Why? For one, even if he does not win a one more championship in his whole, if Kevin Durant and Giannis stop winning a single championship for the rest of their lives or the rest of their career, Giannis will still be considered better than Kevin Durant. For one simple reason. He took a team that had 2 okay players. And please do not tell me that Holiday and Middleton are all-star players. Fuck no. They're the only reason they are all-star is because he carried them to the all-star level. They are the worst shooting duo I've ever seen. Middleton, if he goes off, he just goes off, but he's inconsistent as hell. Whereas Holiday, I mean, you saw him against Boston. 4 for 16, 3, 8 for 26. That was bad. And guys, just remember one thing. The series against Boston Celtics proved everyone that Giannis is better than Kevin Durant. There's no question about it. Because one guy had a Hall of Fame partner and probably 2 more like Blake Griffin. I'm sorry. The team was not so much better that you cannot tell me that the Bucks were like one level better than Nets. No, they were not. But despite that, Giannis took Boston to Game 7. And if it weren't for the fact that his teammates sucked in Game 7 and 6, he would have beaten them and gone to the final and would probably beat Golden State like he did like previous years. Because there's no one in Golden State who can guard him. That's a fact. That's not an argument. That's a fact. So, I'm sorry. Giannis is better than Durant.